Welcome to this webinar, which is all about IR35 and understanding your responsibilities and liabilities. My name is Andrew Chamberlain. I'm the Director of Policy at IPSE. We are the Association of Independent Professionals and the Self-Employed, and we're a membership organisation which looks after people who work for themselves. We campaign on IR35 reform, and we also help our members with their IR35 compliance. So, in this webinar, we're going to be covering the changes to the IR35 rules in the public and the private sectors. We will look at who's responsible for determining IR35 status. We're going to look at who is liable when the determination is wrong. We will look at some of the set-off rules which were introduced in 2024, and we'll also look at the exemptions which apply here, particularly around small clients and overseas clients. And we will try to do all of this in 30 minutes. So let's just remind ourselves what we mean by IR35. Well, it's shorthand for tax legislation, and it's designed to prevent disguised employment or people who are disguising employment gaining a tax advantage from doing so. The legislation itself is Chapter 8 of the Income Tax, Earnings and Pensions Act, and that came on the statute book in the year 2000. And that was known as the intermediaries legislation. And then later on, we got Chapter 10, and that's when we started hearing the phrase, the off-payroll working rules. Generally speaking, it's all IR35. So IR35 is a sort of nickname which is used for all of that legislation. Technically, IR35 really just applies to the Chapter 8 bit, but even the government will say off-payroll working rules brackets IR35. So that's what we mean by IR35. Now, when Chapter 10 came in, the main thing that it changed was that up until then, it was only the contractor business, their limited company or personal service company, that had all the responsibility and liability under IR35. If you were an end client or if you were a recruitment business / agency, you didn't have to worry about IR35. It wasn't your problem. However, Chapter 10 came in 2017 in the public sector, so it only affected public authorities. If they are a public sector hirer, all of a sudden they had something to do with IR35, and they changed the rules again. They amended Chapter 10 in 2021 so that, broadly speaking, the same thing applied to private sector companies.